TLPH. This used to be good against Baxia, used to be good against Paquito, Harith, and Hylos. Akimi, we still don't know yet, but ideally, 4 heroes on the side of TLPH gets easily countered by the Eden. What I shook my head on was the draft for Liquid. Like, we don't see this comp usually come out from the cavalry.
Kind of old school a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, and there's 4 magic, dude.
This is very old school as well.
4 magic.
In the sense of, you know, Kirk used to have the Edith as an MMR hero as well.
Yes, and also, just think about this, gentlemen. Like, Edith thrives on defense items, right?
Yeah.
And with Radiant Armor, he stacks up. There's 4 magic guys on the side of Liquid. So I don't know about this. I don't know. Maybe we see one guy carry it out from Onic, but for TLPH, they have to play super fast.
It's just so weird thinking about Foxer being the magic guy. You know?
I mean,
like,
it's true.
it is. I'm just saying, it's weird to think about him being, you know, magic damage.
So, yeah.
But first turtle's up here. He'll go ahead and get control of it. We'll see if Onic actually wants to fight this. But King Kong, he'll try to just go for the retro battle. JP, the one to secure it. They lock down King Kong. He goes down first. They're going to go for Brusco next. That's easy pickings for Team Liquid off the first turtle.
Right, timing was a little off there on that retribution.
Yeah.
It was not a retry kill.
Yeah, and the knockup was on point from Brusco, but Hylos was there securing that turtle for TLPH. But even then, the setup was amazing from the cavalry that, you know, that counter engage with the Hylos as well as the other members of TLPH just front lining for the Baxia. But yeah, Onic Philippines, they had the right idea. It's just that, again, the retribution wasn't really on point from King Kong.
Yeah, that's very rare to say, especially with the games that we saw yesterday. In most games in Onic 1, King Kong was on the leaderboard. Yeah. So what's up with that? Definitely seeing a little bit more disruption coming in from TLPH, considering, you know, Hylos is in the play.
Yeah. Ooh, what the? Sanford is level 7 against level 4 Edith. What is this?
I just saw that too. I was like, well, he just hit 5, but still, like he's still capped. I don't know what happened, man. Like,
what in the world happened on EXP?
Did he double up on mid? He didn't, right?
No, I think he just. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to look back because I'm actually surprised by that.
This is my first time seeing this, gentleman. I'm not gonna lie. It's 3 minutes. Usually, XP laners are just, you know, getting 6, maybe going past level 6. But level 7 against level 5, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Is it because maybe our junglers are slowed up a little bit? Usually it's junglers ahead in XP, right?
No. I think Sanford took all the EXP crap and then turtle buff and then got 1 kill. Maybe stole a bit of a minion in mid lane.
Yeah,
That's the only explanation, right?
That advantage already, you know, gives him a bit of a lead to work with, and this is kind of what you see happening here with the Paquito in Sanford's hands.
I'm so confused.
He's going to run a calculator later on.
Yeah, I will review this game after this match.
Yeah, where all this is coming from and what it's all leading to is, of course, this turtle, who is now, of course, boxed out very confidently by TLPA. Carl's easy up on front. JP, almost impossible to get through this guy without, you know, suffering some major damage. Kirk is here, though.
Kirk swings up, so even more so is he going to be delayed because Sanford just, he got the call, you know, just chill in the lane, that's fine.
Hunter Strike locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We talk about like lack of damage from TLPH earlier. Now they don't even need a 4 magic guy. They have Sanford.
Yeah.
Massive physical damage from good dodge.
Good dodge. A lot of extra gold there to him too.
A little bit of extra gold. Again, you're right. Maybe the profile is, you know what, go ahead. Try to build up the Radiant Armors. They're trying to bait it, maybe.
He is number 1, actually, in terms of gold farm.
Oh my
God.
TLPH.
What the hell?
So that's the answer. We don't need any more physical damage. We got Sanford.
Sanford's going to be able to cover all that.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why they try to set something up here. You can see Brusco seeing if they can make a play on Sanford because they see this, how he's scaling up. They're actually going to push him off turret for now. So despite being level 9, they'll trade cross-map turrets, tier 1. So Sanford won't be able to do anything about that.
Yeah, but it's a bit of an awkward force for Onic Philippines. They left the Harith alone in the top lane. It's a trade, but that is, you know, for TLPH kind of okay.
Because he's the gold laner now,
Yeah,
man.
that's
in terms of gold.
In fact, he is the actual gold laner, you know, so it's kind of favorable for TLPH that Onic did this because you gave a lot of space for the Harith, which also brings them a lot of, like, power spike in the mid-game.
Yeah, the gold is going to the right person.
Yeah.
Right? As for TLPH, I mean, Sanford already pretty rich.
Yeah, on paper. The right guy.
On paper. So we'll see. Maybe later on will he still be the rich guy, depending on how this game goes. Obviously, the mid trio from Onic still very, very controlling. We still have that Brusco, very scary on the show, so can't really say anything quite yet, but everyone's getting a lot of free farm.
Yeah, this is the difficult part here. Brusco actually going to get stunned, has G Kundo out. Exactly what I was going to say is the hard part for Brusco is trying to actually look for an angle or an opening. Who are you going to kick? Yeah. Carl Teasy on the Baksha? Is it going to be JP on the high-lows? You know, these entry points is also why it's so difficult for King Kong to really contest this and just try to go in for the retribution with a Phantom Seed, and it looks like they're just too late to every one of the turtles.
Yeah, it's just, you know, these comms that TLPH built, they play it very, very good. Because just the, you know, the prod and poke alone is so sufficient for TLPH that it takes a lot of attention away from Onic.
Super Prince already has a flicker. They're just putting pressure on the purple buff. Kirk will take a couple shots from Sanford, but they just continue to just squeeze down on the necks of Onic right now in game one. 7 minutes in, they have control up to this point. King Kong will at least get his buff though.
Yeah, this game feels like a really bad mismatch, especially on the XP, where you see Kirk just running all the time.
Yeah.
And again, they're not able to utilize this Cho.
Yeah, not just the, you know, the EXP mismatch, but overall tempo and team fight as well. Because Onic, they're looking to fight, especially with the Eve, the Leomords, or Sanford.
Oh, a little bit of damage here on Severo. Severo might have to be a little careful, but meanwhile, Carl Teasy is actually getting quite low as well. Here's the clapback, though, the counter punch. Brusco should be able to escape, but Sanford goes in with a 1-2 again. Sitting on another kill, and this is not going to be good for Kirk as he falls. A double for Sanford.
Wow, an insane performance from the Apex Predator. Whatever hero it is, he always stands at the top. And now he is the actual carry for TLPH.
Yeah, that title is not just a title anymore. He is showing it in this game.
Do they want to go in with this? Flying Cloud's going to bring them to the fight. King Kong has the Phantom Seed. Brusco trying to go in for a possible kick, but just couldn't get the angle. They're just trying to desperately hold on to the tier 2 turret, and it could be bad. Sanford finally shut down. Kirk popped the Primal Wrath. He's able to get a kill on Carl Deasy, but now it's Teddy, the true gold laner, to get a double kill.
Man, I love it. Teddy to the rescue here for TLPH with a beautifully placed Zaman Force.
This is so annoying for Onic Philippines. Like, the way Team Liquid fights, they poke and poke and poke until you make a mistake, and then they go all in. But even if you punish, let's say you punish Sanford, now you kill him. You use all your resource just to deal with one guy. Now there's 4 more heroes left. You gotta deal with Teddy, you gotta deal with Sanji, and there's 2 meat shields as well, who also deal damage on the form of the Boxia.
That's exactly the story of that one, because after after Teddy arrived, they had no bullets in the barrel. They did not have any ultimates to use on him.
They're like, pack it up, boys.
Yeah.
We don't have any firepower left.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's a great play. Yesterday, they were using Teddy as bait a lot to force team fights, and now it's the other way around. It's Teddy coming in later in the games and just showing off what he got, and they just don't have enough to deal with him.
Yeah. This is the best part about Liquid's playstyle, right? Like, people just know when to go in, when they're not supposed to go in, if they need to wait, or if they have to call. Like, sometimes you would see Team Liquid Philippines go with 5 members. They would just all jump. But there are games where you see Carl TC suiciding first, JP baiting a lot of skills and spells, and then Sanford and Teddy comes in to finish the job. And in this game, it's the same thing. Like, Sanford is I would say, like, he's the center of attention here for TLPH. Once he's forced a lot of the skills on the side of Onic Philippines, then the Harriet gets to play the game.
I think you're right, especially right now where Sanford is the main physical damage dealer of TLPH. Everyone's wearing those shiny radiant armors, right? Yep. Everyone's trying to buff up against magic damage. Now it's going to be up to Sanford to really deliver that damage.
All right, first base push in, traction pulse thrown out. The shield is still up. Everything will be dropped down here in the mid lane to walk this Lord for this turret. Even with this kind of lead, they're still going to have to hold on because that Lord will be cleared out after the 1 charge into the turret. And that's about all TLPH is going to get, plus some buffs here.
Yeah, good trigger discipline coming out from the Eve. If Super Fins used the ult there, then TLPH might have gone for more. But this is very important for Onic. They need to wait for the perfect opportunity for Super Fins to land the real world manipulation. But it's kind of hard against these mobile heroes and durable frontliners of TLPH. They can just slowly chip on the turrets here with the Colonel Dashes and, of course, the hits coming out from the Kimi, and it's also buying time for the actual carry of TLPH. The Kimi is farming up a lot of gold right now, which is going to be a bit of a problem for Onic, especially that they don't have the Edith as the answer.
That's right, the Edith, if you try to go in, you're probably going to get punished so hard. So you're right, Sanji, he's been very silent, right? He's been the one who's ramping up slowly and slowly while everyone's hunting down Sanford. Watch out for this guy. He's cooking.
Yeah, Sanji already in the curve here, buying an item that will protect him, protect himself from the Claude with the Wind of Nature. This is going to allow the Kimi to just stand tall in fights and then man up against a lot of the physical damage coming out from Onic.
Yeah, it's really interesting just the way that Sanji's been able to play this Kimi. Again, a hero that doesn't pop up too often in our current meta, you know, aside from certain teams or certain players that will bring it to the front. But the way he's playing it, whether it's that little bit of a stun that you get or just the ability to go ahead and throw out the traction pulse has been enough so far for him to actually have quite a big impact in some of these team fights. So that's what's, why it's such an obstacle for Brusco. Or even Kirk to an extent to try to get something set up for Onic. They have to be completely reactive this entire game.
Yeah, and to add to that, this mix-up from Sanford, right? Like, you know when Sanford's playing the Paquito, he goes full damage. But because he understands that he's just a fake in this game, he's literally just opening up the game for the Harriet, for the Kimi. He went for the hybrid Queen's Wings, and then the War Axe into the Chastise Fallen, I believe, for the Paquito. This is going to allow the Paquito to be more of a utility damage dealer, you know, using the shields from the first skill and also the knock-up from then the enhanced ult. And Onic, it's kind of hard for them to fight into this because how do you actually fight this Paquito?
Here, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, where you kind of are wondering what's the direction Sanford's going to go, because he is the only major physical damage for TLPH, right? So now, well, everyone, again, I'm trying to look at the items, right? Most people are just on Radiant. He's is just trying to bait it out. I think he's going to skip Oracle, and I think maybe go for Chastise on this one, or Dominance Ice.
I mean, I think he does go Chastise straight into Imo.
Imo, okay.
For the Paquito. Because you just want to, you know, survive this initial team fight from Onic where they use Phantom Steed, they use Reload Manipulation. If you're able to go past that, then essentially you're winning the team fight.
You're probably not dying anyway, so good luck with that, especially with Queen's Wings.
Lord charging in the mid. Sanford takes a couple shots. He doesn't have the ammo yet, so he's got to be careful. Carl Teasy also going quite low.
Oh.
They're trapped in the real-world manipulation from Super Prince.
Wow.
He's got his own immortality picked up now, so Carl Teasy's going to be fine, but a well-handled defense from Onic Philippines. They deal with another Lord, buy some more time, and that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, and you see the problem for Onic, right? They use everything on the Bastia, and they've only managed to bring him down to 25%. With the Tortoise Poisons, this is a big problem for Onic.
Again, it's not done. We do have rounds of minions they still need to deal with. This could be a ticket for TL.
Oh, whoa, Severo getting checked. He's got to go heal back up here. But nonetheless, Onic continues to clear out these waves.
Ooh, that's split.
Sanford attacking up top. Yep, they've got to split it. That's the only way they can deal some damage to these base turrets of Onic.
Again, it's kind of hard because there's always the threat of the reload manipulation into the blazing duet of Severo. So for TLPH, they can only chip away some damage on the turrets. But in the next few minutes of the game, Onic is going to be able to find farm on their scaling heroes. But the problem is, again, it's all about the team fight. TLPH, they're primarily focused on winning a fight right now, especially for this upcoming Lord fight. If Onic waits it out, I think they can give this Lord to TLPH and then maybe defend and then get to the point where Severo just becomes massive.
That's right. We did see that earlier, a good time. Wait a second.
Oh, the kit's going to be used. Briscoe has to flicker defensively out. He was caught in a bad angle. Trying to set up, so he goes down. They're going to force the fight anyway. Under the turret, flickers used from Onic. They lose Brusco. It was an attempt, and it didn't work out for Onic.
Yeah, this is Liquid special, you know? Like, they understand Onic might force something. The moment they step away outside their base, TLPH, they're going to look to punish. Because you know why? They're already at an advantage. If we force battle spells on the side of Onic, then we're much stronger in the next fight.
All that results in that top turret falling down. So TLPH just playing the macro game. They've maintained a really healthy gold lead up to this point, but like you said, Midnight, this Lord's going to come here in a couple seconds. Onic will probably just have to choose.
Yeah,
we just defend.
It's pretty rough because 64 seconds on flicker for Super Friends, man, they're not gonna have tools to contest this.
Again, that's why if you were Onic earlier, the better decision would have been to just give the Lord,
Hold
stay
back.
in base, hold back, and then maybe reserve these battle spells. Now, TLPH, again, look at classic. The moment you step out of the base, the plan is for TLPH for some battle spells. That the next time we fight, we're hella stronger. And now, because of this, Onic is forced. They didn't take, they didn't make a choice to give the Lord. They're forced to give the Lord, and now TLPH will get another layer of advantage for their side because now they get to push waves without battle spells on the side of Onic.
That's true. Despite the 10k gold lead or 11k gold lead, though, I feel like Onic can still fight back as long as, again, the real world is very, very well placed. As long as maybe Brusco can make a pick happen on Teddy.
Severo's
maybe.
locked in, man.
I mean,
He just picked up his Malefic Roar,
he
last
can
item.
fight. This guy can fight. They've got damage.
See if they can do it. Onic on the defense again. Another Lord, third one of the game. Immortality's in play now for Brusco. They're gonna clear the Sour Glorious pathway. Drops down. It could come down to this as Brusco. Immortality already popped. He's gone out of the picture. And the base is gonna be locked down. But they have to get through the real world manipulation of Super Prince. Sanford took down King Kong with a punch to the face. And Onic looked to be able to defend. But Teddy will capitalize another kill. The last turret goes down. 4 members of Team Liquid are still alive. Super Prince and Kirk will do their best, but the base is so low, and they'll take game 1 against Onic Philippines.
Classic stampede from the cavalry. The boys in blue take game number 1 in a specific Liquid style.
That was a stampede if I've ever seen one, ending the game with 11,000 gold lead against Onic Philippines. They did not give them any room to breathe.
All because Onic stepped out the base, forced some battle spells. TLPH initiated the last fight. They were able to take out the Cho before he was able to land any kick. Guess why? He had no flicker.
Yeah, no flicker means no fight. No fight for Super Prince means there's just nowhere for them to fight and where to work for them to go.
Yeah, it was a good attempt given how bad the early and even the mid game went for Onic Philippines. They were just, the game plan was let's hold on for as long as we can with this kind of lineup that is built for base defenses. And there was a moment of it, but when you're thinking about at that point, third Lord in, Sanford, he was the guy to start things up, especially this Paquito. It did wonders for them, and then that's the thing you mentioned, Midnight. It kept them guessing on who do we have to worry more about? Like, was it Sanford? Was it Teddy? Is it even Carl Teasy to an extent? Like Sanji even was low key about it.
And Onic Philippines, like again, they were left questioning, their whole reality. Like, who do we pressure?
Yeah.
Who do we go on to? And then they figured out, okay, we gotta stop this Paquito. And then Sanford pivoted. I'm pretty sure if they were like leading by 6k gold, like by 5 minutes, he would go full damage. But because Onic pivoted their attention towards this EXP lane, now he realized that, okay, there's an actual threat against my life. Let me just build utility. Let me just build some defense, survive team fights, provide utility for the Kimmy and the Harriet, and it opened up the game for TLPH, where every single fight that Onic forced, there's no actual real target for the Sonics, because how do you kill this Paquito? When you get his HP down to 30%, the HP threshold kicks in from the Queen's Rings, and then you get more layers of skills or combos from the Paquito, which is going to become more of a problem for Onic, because now you got to deal with damage reduction, spell ban, increased spell ban, more damage, and then that's just one hero. You also have to worry about Zaman Force, have to worry about Glorious Pathway, have to worry about the KB just hitting on the backline.
Dude, they're 16-0 now. On Flying Clouds.
Flying Clouds? Oh my lord.
Well, what can we say? That's just how they play, right? They play fast, they go back to the lane fast, they take these fights relatively.
Yeah.
How do you even beat them on this map?
I didn't know horses can fly, man. I guess they're Pegasus now.
Unicorns.
Unicorns.
Yeah, dude, look at this Boxer Shield Unity from, oh, okay, we didn't see it, but the moment Savero used the Winter Crown, Contizi rolled around, waiting for the perfect timing, because Savero could have figured out, by the way, like if he was spamming the button, but the timing on the landing for the Boxer Shield Unity was so damn perfect that Savero couldn't react.
It might have been inhuman reaction if he.
I mean, he's a goat.
We saw that yesterday with
Divine Judgment,
right? So
inhuman reflex.
Inhuman indeed, and we did see him fall once in this game. Just one death, I think.
Yeah.
He's a Boxia.
I was like, as a Baksha, I think that's warranted, you know?
It happens.
Look how much he tanked up, man.
Yeah, dude.
147,000 damage.
If he didn't die this game, I don't know, bro. I bid other regions good luck, you know, because this is actually quite scary. Like, if you're Onic or any other team in the world, like, the question in our minds right now is, how do you beat Liquid?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might actually be an in-game god. So, again, at least we did prove that gods can bleed, if ever there are any in this game. And the 10-3 scoreline, though, Onic was just dug in so deep, it was very difficult for them to claw back in.
Yeah.
And again, Brusco drafted into the Cho. We didn't see any major play from it, which is very unusual.
Yeah,
If Brusco and Cho, usually something happens.
That's why I was saying, you know, there's like this instance where it's like, you got to think about how difficult it is to be a Cho and try to get through that front line that Team Liquid had. You know, it's like, I don't know where we saw maybe that I can think of 1 or 2 attempts, and he had to do so much to try to get the kick the right way, and it didn't go the right way. And then he was caught out and separated from the team.
Yeah.
So that's just one of those things where, again, like Brusco, he's an amazing Cho player, but in this instance, what are you going to do? You have so many things working against that kit and what your potential setup is on the Cho here for Brusco.
Yeah, the high-lows, Kimmy, Boxia, a lot of cancel, and just overall, the playstyle of Liquid. Like, how do you isolate a member when they're playing a spy?
Yeah, playing a spy, I think it's just not a question of just one guy doing everything. It's a question of how do I break up the synergy of these 5 members here from TLPH, which just demolishes so many teams. So many teams have just proven that they can't really deal with it quite yet. And hoping maybe in game number 2, they might have an answer. But for now, they did get that game 1 victory. MPL fans, you know that we have a new beast in Land of Dawn with the Infinix GT Watch 5 Pro on your wrist.